Y'all, the James gang, Bronny James, LeBron James, hype train the Warriors is real. Look at this. In the latest ESPN mock draft, number 52, middle of your screen, Golden State Warriors pick Bronny James. So on this episode of Warriors Digest, we're going to break down Bronny's fit with the Warriors, if it's a good or bad decision. And as we know, LeBron has always said he wanted to play with his son in the NBA. So we're going to cook up some trades to get LeBron from the Lakers to the Warriors. And it's not easy, folks. It takes a lot of giving and getting. So here we go. Warriors Digest, Randy Silver here. A really fun episode looking towards the future. Please smash that subscribe button. Only 8% of the people who watch videos daily are subscribed. You get notified when they come out, and they come out daily. Let's get into it. Bronny James. In the latest mock draft, as I just said, ESPN has Golden State selecting Bronny James with the 52nd pick. So we're going to break down this combine, how he did at USC in college in his only season there, the fit with the Warriors, the players around him, does he go to the G League, anything like that. And do we get LeBron to come with and make Steph and LeBron play for the same team, not in an All-Star game? So Bronny James was at the combine. He started as a late second round pick, maybe not even getting drafted. In the combine he did, vaulted him way up. And we're going to break it down for you right here. After a strong few weeks of measurements, drills, and scrimmage, James climbed 44 spots to number 54 in the top 100. He'll rise more as several players ranked ahead of him are expected to withdraw in the draft. And it's happened a little bit already. In a summer workout before his freshman year even began, James went into cardiac arrest and had the procedure to repair a congenital heart defect. He missed more than 4 months of on-the-court action. Of course, that's very serious. We saw Christian Eriksen, the same type of thing in the Euros when the cardiac arrest came back and played. Obviously, he was cleared by USC and NCAA to play, and he's officially been cleared by the NBA to play in the NBA. So, great news health-wise. He's feeling good, very scary. I'm sure many of you out there are parents and would hate to get a call saying your son, your daughter is going to cardiac arrest, rush to the hospital ASAP. And it's great that he's healthy, everything around him. So he's medically cleared. How did he do at USC? A little bit less than 5 points a game, a little bit less than 3 rebounds a game, 2.1 assists in 19 minutes of play. Not that good of production. And we look across the board. He started 6 games, played in 25. 3-point shooting was 26%. That is not NBA level whatsoever. That needs to get better. Reports say he is a good shooter, but 26% 3 is not fit for the Warriors offense whatsoever. Field goal percentage 36%, not good enough. Free throw 67%. So he's supposed to be a 3-and-D type player. This is not a 3-and-D type of player we want on our team. In addition, if you look right here, Bronny James, 6'4", 210. When we look at his combine stats, he measured 6'1.5". That's a big difference, 3 inches. 6'4" to 6'1". 6'4" is Steph, a little bit taller than Steph. 6'1" is Chris Paul. And you see the difference on the size on the court. That's massive. How'd he do in the combine? 5-on-5 scrimmaging at the combine. He showed areas of improvement he needs, which is being able to do that 3-and-D, being able to create for himself. He looked a little bit uncomfortable, initiating with the ball, picking up his dribble. Of course, on the Warriors offense, as a 3-and-D, you're not really creating for yourself. Steph is coming off the pick and roll, motion, balls are going in down in the paint, they're kicking out, so he can be a pick and pop shooter. But as we show those stats, I wasn't good enough to be able to be a high level, even a player getting into the game in the NBA. We have better players like Lester Quinones who can shoot better than that, and he did prove that towards the end of the season. So that was his scrimmage playing as a team. But when you look at his actual skill set in terms of like testing the combine, you think of NFL combine, NBA combine, those testing drills, jumping, running, agility, etc. 40.5-inch vertical leap, 3.09 3/4 sprint down the court. Very good. He also shot the ball with impressive precision, converting 78 of his attempts in the mid-side 3-point shooting drill, which ranks second best among 71 combined prospects. And he shot 19 for 25 in the 3-point star drill, also ranking second best. So he showed he can actually sit there and make some shots. High level, one of the best in the combines. But you got to be able to do it in a game. And that's what matters most. But that means the skill set is there. Again, he's only 19, played 1 year of college. Realistically, somebody of this, coming off a cardiac arrest, high-level talent, goes back to the college ranks and gets more experience. But having the name, the pedigree, he's looking to come out. His NBA comparisons, Gabe Vincent, currently on the Lakers, DeAnthony Melton, role players who make open threes, get up and down the court, defend guards, rebounds, keep mistakes to a minimum. Bronny James, compared to Drew Holiday and Derek White, or Kings' Davion Mitchell. How he can help win games. Obviously, he has a high basketball IQ coming from his father, and he's grown up in the limelight, and he has a name. So if you're going to take a player, this seems to me like a G League player, two-way player. It seems like someone you're going to get James in the back of the jersey, help you with merchandise, which the Warriors don't need. And when you look at our roster, we really don't need him because you're going to have Steph Curry as your point guard. You're going to have Brandon as your 2 or potentially backup point guard. Chris Paul, if he comes back, would be your point guard. So Bronny James becomes expendable. He'd become a G League player for this team. Now, again, if Chris Paul doesn't come back, then sure, maybe he's your 3rd point guard on this team, but he's not going to play a lot, meaning he's going to go to the G League as a 19-year-old to get experience. However, he's not going to go to the G League because Rich Paul, his agent, his dad's agent, one of the leaders of Clutch Sports, has said he's not playing the G League. He's not doing a two-way contract. But, boom, this says that he needs to be able to do this to get more experience. Rich Paul, what does he say? Well, it takes one team. I don't care where that team is in the process. It can be number 1 or 58. That's the development, the plan, the strategy, et cetera, et cetera. 2 or 3 teams might take him. That's how I approach it. But he said he will not be playing in the G League or two-way. It's NBA or bust. So I don't think Bronny James is a good fit for the Warriors. That's not the type of player he is right now. A guy on the bench, a starter. He needs to get more experience, more development, work on the shooting in game experience, in game situations, not just in drills. And then maybe he can become a strong 3-and-D in the future. But he's not there right now to help the Warriors win. What do we need? Size. We need some more depth. We need someone who can be agile, which fair enough he can be. But we really need people to help in the paint, kind of like Trey Jackson-Davis, even taller. So I don't think this is a good fit. Paul said, I don't see him going undrafted. But if it got to a point where the situation didn't make sense and we need to go undrafted, that's fine. I've been through this process enough to tell who is serious. If teams say they don't know him well enough yet to tell me how they view him, when they get better insight, we'll circle back. He's not a finished product. Now, again, you get him potentially if you're a Hornets, a Pistons, if 2nd round pick and you want to get some jerseys on the back of people, your fans, get some butts in the seats, but it doesn't fit the Warriors. The only exception, potentially if it fits, is we heard rumors at the All-Star break of this guy named LeBron James potentially coming to the Warriors. So if LeBron James comes to the Warriors, he's always talked about he would love to play with his son. He's backed off that as of late. It's not as imperative. As you get older, you want your son to do your own thing, not be in your shadow. Fair enough. But say the Warriors draft Bronny James with the idea of trying to trade for LeBron James. That is what we're going to cook up right now is if we get Bronny James in draft, how do we make a trade? And there's some caveats here. This was not easy. And I've seen you all talk like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Go do the trade similar and try to make it work. LeBron James has 1 year, $50 million left on his contract. We're not going to be able to get a trade for what we have right now and make the salary work. You're going to have to trade Steph, which is not happening because of the way that the trade similar works and the trades work. We have to match salary because of the aprons. So we can't get LeBron at his current contract and trade more than one player. So the only player that matches is Steph. That's not being traded. So this means it has to be a sign and trade. So for that sign and trade to work, LeBron has to re-sign for at least 3 years, no player option. So 3 years guaranteed with the team, and then you can do a player option. These are all simulations. We get an idea and we go for it. So don't come at me and say you're stupid, this is a bad idea, whatnot. We see the rumors, we see the news, and we try to make it work here. The first trade, Wiggins, Kuminga, Thompson, and 2 first rounds. Yes, that's a massive haul for LeBron James, this upper 30, still MVP type of candidate, All-NBA type of player, 3rd team this year. I know it's a lot to give up, but I'm just trying to show you what you need to do to make this work. So LeBron re-signs for 3 years, basically 50 plus million per year, low 50s. And then you have to give up Wiggins, plays the same position basically. They're going to probably want someone young back, which would have to be Kuminga. So basically you're losing 2 people who play the same position to get back 1. And then you have to throw Clay in there because of money. Wiggins at 26 million, Kuminga at 7 million. That puts you at 32, 33 million. And then Clay as a free agent, he'll do a sign and trade over to the Lakers. And with that, you'll be able to get close to that 50 million. That means Clay is getting around 15 to 18 million dollars, which kind of where he's at would make sense. They're sweetening the deal because they may say, you know what, no, you need more for 2 first-round picks, which really depletes us for the now and for the future. But then you have your starting 5, Steph Curry, Brandon, LeBron James, Draymond, and Trayce Jackson-Davis. You got 2 all-star playmakers. You got interior defense. You have good movement. You may be lacking a little bit in the shooting range. LeBron has shot better as his career went on. Brandon can shoot the ball. But you're going to have no depth coming off the bench, really, besides Moody that we can speak of right now. GP2 able to do his defense. You're going to be tough. It's going to be a tough position there. But that's how a trade would have to work, something of that nature. Potentially, you know what? We say Kuminga is off limits. We're going to do Clay and Wiggins. So this means that basically Clay is going to get a $20+ million contract from the Lakers. I don't think that's happening sign and trade. If it does happen, again, you're giving a first and second round to the Lakers. LeBron has to do the sign and trade for 3 years to make it work. Potentially, I know you've seen a lot of people say, hey, we don't want Draymond. Then cool, you throw Draymond in there. When I say throw, I mean you put him in the trade. So then Draymond and Wiggins, that puts you at basically $50 million. They may say we want a shooter. Clay is going to leave anyways, so we'll give Clay. We'll do a sign and trade to the Lakers, and then first rounds. A lot to give up. I get it. Are these trades as realistic as you would think? No. That's why the trade never materialized, because these are so hard to make because of the salaries. If you don't give up Kuminga, then your starting 5 is Steph, Kuminga, LeBron, Brandon, Draymond, and Trayce Jackson-Davis, which is a pretty affordable starting 5. Coming off the bench, again, you're going to need to work and try to get some players. The bad thing for the Warriors, when you look at the cap impact, we're losing 3 players, but gaining $2 million in salary. So we're really going to have nothing going for us in the future, be able to do a lot with LeBron and Steph both making $50 million a year. You could potentially try to do Wiggins and Draymond, and then you're going to have to give up more picks, I would say, because they would want to get a bit younger. The money works out, but then you're giving up 2 first rounds and 2 second rounds for LeBron. Again, it's way too big of a haul to make this work. Yes, it'd be great to have LeBron and Steph, but it's just unrealistic haul that you have to give up to get LeBron, giving up players, giving up draft picks. Bronny James isn't a good fit for the Warriors right now. He needs to go somewhere where he can play. He's not going to play in the Warriors. We need somebody ready to win now. Go check out our other draft boards where we analyze players. People with 6'6", 6'9", 6'8", that range, like a 6'11" guy, able to really help us out and be successful now versus someone who could help us out in the future. So I don't think Bronny James is a good fit for the Warriors. I don't think LeBron James trade should happen, will happen. It's not good ideas. And let me know your thoughts and comments on all this. And again, just saying, if you're still at this part of the video, these are all simulations. We get an idea and we go for it. So don't come at me and say you're stupid, this is a bad idea, whatnot. We see the rumors, we see the news, and we try to make it work here. Out.